Big up, guys. Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Football Fan Zone with your boy Temo Banks, guys. And I've got Vegeta. Some is going to jump in any moment from now. So, really likes what is wrong with my intro. Joe decided to do his own, but yet again, we are live, guys. We are live. We are live, guys. We are live. Lucy says here, best going forward yet, but he has been solid defensively. I agree with you. I do agree with you. Vista say, please, look, guys, please, like, yes, do like the like. I'm waiting for Vegeta. Let me just. I hope. Well, basically, this is a reaction video. Actually, this is a reaction video to the match between Manchester United versus Twente. It's a reaction video between the match that happened between the United versus Twente. So we are with the game. What I noted, um, also let me know what you guys think on the chat. I think my internet is kind of fluctuating, man. My internet is actually fluctuating. Let me just check real quick, man. Let me just check real quick, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. My internet is actually just acting up. Okay, he says it's restarting his PC. I'm also going to reset my internet, man. Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm sorry, guys. I
Are you
had
back?
to repeat my internet, man.
Okay, cool. I think I'm also back because I think mine was installing updates. That's why I needed to restart my PC.
Okay, okay, okay. Drex is saying, big up, gentlemen. Big up to you, Admiral Drex, as well. Big up to you, Drex.
I don't know if Drex
How are
wants
we
to.
doing?
Yeah.
Good. We're good. We are here to just talk about the review. It's actually the review of the game between Manchester United versus Twente. We did not really have time to do the vintage yesterday, so we might as well just use that today to actually deliberate on United. So big up to you, Vegeta. What are you saying, my man? How are you? What are you saying, my man? How are you?
I'm alright, bro. You know what? A lot of people are so angry, Timber, and I'm not personally because the anger I had that during the Liverpool game because after the Liverpool game, I came to the realization that oh wow, I don't think this is gonna work. This is really not gonna
Okay,
work. But all the people who
okay.
supported Ten Hag said no, give it time. I said you, I can't fire him, but personally, I just don't see it. I don't know if he's the man. Now, Timber, granted, he did make changes after that game, and I thought, okay, maybe he's learning. We don't. The midfield is no longer open. We're putting passes together, but we can't finish. But
Hmm.
then I'm like, no. But the problem with what I'm seeing is not necessarily the games themselves. It's the fact that we're still inconsistent. So we can't even get consistency out of our manager and this team. And look, I want people to understand. I'm not saying Ten Hag has to put football boots on because I've seen people say that and go and score the goals that are being created. But I can't replace 22 men, Timber. I can't.
Yeah,
It's impossible. That's just the reality of it. And this team is a reflection of him and his staff. So I just think
yeah.
for me the, for me the game was over after Liverpool. I would have got rid of him there and then, even though some people disagreed. I said fine, I'll just support my team. But after what I saw yesterday, FC 20 came to Old Trafford and drew with us, bro, and celebrated. Those guys were happy, bro. We got a draw against. Like, how many more of these lower league, outside of the Premier League standard teams do we need to keep doing this against, bro? We were getting
I don't know.
embarrassed by MK Dons back in the day, Swansea, Coventry almost came back last year. We thought, Barnsley is our level, bro. We couldn't even score 2 goals against 20.
You know what? Somebody said it's not just Barnsley, it's Barney and friends.
Give me,
You guys
bro.
scored. You guys scored all your goals against Barney and friends.
For me,
Man,
there's two things I want to see, bro. First of all, I want to see a new manager, bro. First of all, that's the first.
Okay.
Second one, I want to see a new front line. I don't want to hear Ganacho's generational. I don't want to hear Rashford is this. I don't want to. These guys suck, bro. They don't even know how to get a ball on target. On target. At least make the keeper work, bro. These guys don't want to shoot. They want to
Mm-hmm.
pass each other. When they do shoot, it's like out of desperation. Our captain seems to lose his mind whenever we go behind. I don't know what kind of leadership that is, bro. You can't be losing your mind just because we've gotten a goal down. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about the David Beckham documentary the other time, and the fact that he
Mm-hmm.
said when he got to Madrid, right, like Real Madrid,
Yeah.
they were playing a game and then they went one goal behind and he panicked because of when you play for like Fergie, these things can't happen, right? But Ronaldo and them men said, dude, chill, we'll score. Like, why are you stressed?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
there is no way I could tell a player that at United, bro. If we go back one goal, it almost seems like we can't get back, bro. It's like we're asking for
Straight
too
up.
much. Two goals in a game is too much, apparently.
Honestly. And like it's crazy, man. You know what is like you said now about the documentary you talk about Beckham. When Ronaldo was still at United, in Tenas's first season, I think in the game was it against Bradford
Mm.
when they scored one, everybody else are done, and you can see Ronaldo saying to them, guys, let's. It's just one goal. If we
One
can able
goal.
to get one, we're back in the game. Just one goal, and yet again, that is just mentality on another level. But one thing is this, man. I want to ask here: is there something you spotted, yes, on that game yesterday? Because there are a lot of things are actually picked out from that game. And I will tell you the honest truth. That game yesterday, Twente were unable to win that game yesterday because of the fact that they could not pass. The final passes also disappointed them. As much as I want to talk about United, I went again and watched that game. I could see that there were some key passes that Twente actually missed. If they've made that right passes, I think we'll be talking something different here right now. Honestly,
Mm.
but I want to just know there are things, is there things you picked up in that game yesterday?
You know what it is, bro. The first half was 50-50 for me. I wasn't angry. A lot of people were saying we're rubbish. The goal from Ericsson was very good. I felt like in the first half, we were still in charge, even if we weren't perfect. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we went in 1-0, I think, was beneficial for us because usually we can't score a goal before the halftime. So,
Mm-hmm.
and also, it's not like we fielded a weak team. I think people need to remember that. It's not like we called the under 21 guys and said, hey guys, do you want to play under 10 hog, just to get first team experience? No, dude, we played Ericsson, who's got experience. Bruno's got
Yeah.
experience. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Onana's got experience. He's our goalkeeper, Mazarawi, who by far has been our
Yeah.
best player this season. I feel sorry for
Yeah.
Mazarawi at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys made it seem like we were playing in the same league against them, bro. Because, like you're saying, Liverpool didn't beat us because Liverpool's this great team. Let's be honest. I've watched Liverpool. Liverpool's not this great team. What's going on now?
Mm-hmm.
They just happen to have people who are more clinical up front compared to our guys. That's how they beat
Yeah.
us 3-0, in my opinion. So even with yesterday, what you're saying is true. Like 20, just like with what's the last team we played before 20? It was Crystal, right? Eze couldn't
Yeah.
shoot. If Eze found the target, we lost that game, bro. For all
Yeah.
the
Fact.
75%, I don't know, 75 minutes of good play, two moments would have cost us because our defense, I mean, Onana, man, getting beat on your near post. I always see other goalkeepers find a way to protect the near post. That man said, not me, bro. So,
Go on. Go
Onana,
on.
Onana can't deal with the near post. But I don't want to put it on the manager's back, but I'm just like, bro, like after 3 years, these guys don't know what you want them to do. Or because the other excuse was they're not good enough, right? But I'm like, no, but let's look at the people on the pitch. He bought them, bro. Like Mazraoui's been
Mm-hmm.
fantastic, okay? I understand
Yeah.
that Delict wasn't playing yesterday, but Maguire isn't so terrible that that happened yesterday. Licha is also he's a World Cup winning flipping centre back, bro.
Yeah.
Um, Diego Dallo seems to get whatever tactics, he's cutting in, he's doing his job, but we still can't score. Or we still can't control a game for long enough for me to believe that we've turned a corner. I don't know, bro. It's just the inconsistency for me is where I kind of get lost with this team and the manager, because I'm like, most people want to act like this is the first season that Eric is here. But if you look at his first season, it looked like we were doing a lot more in that season than it's like we've gone backwards. I don't understand how that is possible.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
Now, Vilita, one thing is this, man. In that match yesterday, I've been saying it for a very long time. I've been saying system is killing you guys, and yet again, I think I've been proven right because the same thing that happened to Casemiro happened to Kobe Mino, and it happened to Eriksen yesterday. Now, as much as everybody want to say Eriksen should have passed the ball to Onana, yes, fine and good. He should have done that. But yet again, we should not act as if Eriksen, we do not know Eriksen cannot control that ball. Eriksen is a player that is good with ball on his feet. But what I thought happened yesterday is if you are going to be like honest about the whole thing, you could see Eriksen try to turn to his right hand side. He scanned, he saw there was a player. Bringing the ball to the left, there was a player already there coming to get the ball ready. Now, they get the ball on the midfield. I will still say it, guys. This same thing happened to my team against was Yalaves. I was fuming like even with the fact that a player lost the ball, it does not give them the right. The ball was lost in the midfield. So what happens between the midfield, the defense line, whereby it was free right to go get a
uh,
goal?
bro, the stupidity, bro. But you know what it is? The way we play often leaves us exposed when we're going forward. You get what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
the low is cutting in, he's almost becoming a midfielder. Most of the time, either one of Maguire or Leach is like in midfield themselves. So the furthest
Mhm.
player is Mazarawi. So because we were the ones on the ball, obviously these people were taught that when we on the ball, you have to be here, you have to be here. But that system, it's a high risk, high reward if it works. That the
Mhm.
system that Eric is trying to implement. But unfortunately, like you're saying, Ericsson loses it. But I also feel there should have been enough bodies because a lot of I kept saying kick him, bro. Even if you get a yellow card, bro, kick him. Heck, even if you get a red card, kick him. Don't let him get into the box, bro.
Drex was saying it on the stream as well. Drex was saying it as if what is that? As if Drex knew that ball was going to result in a goal. Drex was saying it like, how are they allowing that guy make that run? And we could see. I think somebody tried. I think it was it Rashford?
Maguire,
I think Rashford
Maguire,
tried.
Maguire just dumped in,
Maguire,
bro, and he got bypassed.
Maguire was rubbish, man. Maguire, that thing Maguire
Maguire
did was just
tried
crap,
to
man.
slide
Honestly.
in, and he was bypassed like it was just traffic. Like the man was like, I'm getting. You know when taxi drivers go around the traffic to get to the front?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what that guy
Yeah, and
did to
Josie.
Maguire, bro. Maguire dived, and the guy said, "Nah, I'm late, bro. I need to go score my goal." But the worst part for me is the defense and Ericsson. Onana and your near post, bro. Are you scared of your goal posts? That man literally
You know
moved
what?
out
I've
of the
not.
way.
You know what? I've not really put that on Onana. You know what is that? When you look at this thing, there were two players. Onana was also trying to like think, oh, I made that ball was going to make a pass to the other guy. So maybe he was a bit kind of like confused.
But
You
Tema,
know?
even if that's the case, rather let it be a tap in, bro, because then it's a cutback. You can't do anything about it. But your near post
Okay.
is just open. Like it's like leaving your gate open and then you wonder where your car is. You left the gate open. Now they took your car.
Yeah.
That's like that guy's positioning has always been sketchy, bro. And here's the problem I have with Ten Hag, right? We come back to the team as a whole. These
Mhm.
individual people that cost us, he will stick with them in an effort to play them into form. I don't know what the hell that means, playing a person into form, because Dia is not garbage, bro. If this guy is costing us goals, which he is, he's been costing us goals since he got here. We dropped out of the
Mhm.
Champions League group because of this guy. And not even did we even go into Europa? No, I don't think so. We got out of the group as a whole last year because of this man's foolishness. You
Mhm.
understand?
Mhm.
And this guy's gonna still persist
Now,
and not give Dia a chance. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like,
I want to shock you here. Do you know that Ten Hag have actually won just one game in nine in Europe? One game. And that one game was against was it no, I think it was Galatasaray. And it needed what's his name? Onana to make a last minute penalty save.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like
remember.
he has won just one game in nine. Like this man, ever since he has come to United, he has been breaking record upon record, guys. Man, that
But
guy is
you know what
breaking
they tell me, Tamba? They say, oh,
records.
but they say David De Gea was also this bad when he started. But I'm like, nah, I don't think he was this bad, bro.
Ah, nah, 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 never. I'm sorry, man. I watched him, man. Come on, man. I
Even at
watched.
Atletico Madrid, David wasn't this bad, bro. There's a reason why
Ah,
Fergie.
never.
So I'm
Ah,
like,
come on.
I'm confused. And you know what's worse? David was at least young. He was still learning to
Yeah,
play for a big
it was
club.
it was 19, I'll
This
be
man
18
is
then. I'll be
20.
17.
Guys, come on. If Cameroon's manager can see what's up, we also need to
Yeah.
wake up and smell the coffee that this guy, because here's another example of a good manager recognizing stuff. Pep
Hmm.
buys Bravo to play his football, right? Because he knows him. Just like
Yeah.
Ten Hag bought Onana because he knows him.
Yeah.
Bravo struggles in the Premier League and Pep doesn't hesitate, bro. He says, dude, look, you're my person, but this is not going to get me anywhere. He gets Edison,
At all.
right?
Hmm.
That's what we need to be doing. But like our manager, he will, and I understand, bro. It's your players, you love them, but like behind closed doors, when you're speaking to Omar Barad and them, man, come on, be serious, bro. You can't keep playing these idiots, bro, because then you might as well pack up your own bags, clear your locker out, and bounce. Because you want to get sacked at this point, bro. Did Ten Hag
Hmm.
feel sorry for his childhood team? Because apparently it's his favorite team. I didn't know.
The 20. Yeah,
Twente.
he's a like he even made a comment. Like that guy is something else, man. Like
Nah, bro. Ten
there's a,
Hag is on
there's a
crack,
this
bro. He needs to bounce. He's on crack, bro.
man, it's
That guy is
crazy, man.
high,
Like
bro.
what he's even said about playing 20. It ought to beat what you love and what you love. I'm like, what is this guy saying? You are
That's like saying,
playing. This
that's
is
like saying
this
I
is
grew up
football.
supporting Real Madrid, but because I play for Barca, I don't want to score against them. What are you talking about, bro? You
Yeah.
still have to do your job. What are you talking?
Like
Nah.
Tenagin, that guy. I don't know what
But you know
what is
what?
going through his mind, man.
You know what, Timber? For me personally, the
Yeah.
reason why I was easy, it was easy for me to jump off after the third game. I was skeptical of Ten Hag in the second season when he told us I can't play my football. I said, "Wow, whoa, whoa."
No, that was where he lost me. Oh. I've
That's
been
a
saying it, man.
bloody red flag, okay? And I try to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the media, because also the media was going a little bit too crazy on Ten Hag. But that, in hindsight, guys, was for me the red flag we shouldn't have ignored. Because yes, maybe you can't play exactly the same way because the players are different, but you still have to have some foundational stuff you can implement, bro. Like football can't be so complicated that you need to dramatically change your style every season. Because I pointed this out. I said,
Man.
first season he played differently. Go watch the first season.
Yeah.
Second season, he
Yeah. You
plays
pointed
differently from
it.
that first season. Now this season,
Yeah.
he's implementing a completely different style. I'm like, how are you gonna have consistency when you're making this many changes? How? Because
Man.
if the problem was
But
just the bodies, you can surely still coach, and then when the
yeah.
bodies come in, you just implement or integrate those bodies that are good enough now. But it's almost as if like he's always changing, like it's a transformer or a Lego. I don't know. Like, oh, this piece now must. I'm like, what's wrong with this man? This guy needs to take a sabbatical job. That's what I'm saying, bro. I think he's lost his
No, that
damn
guy need to bounce,
mind.
man. That guy need to bounce. Another thing I want to talk about is this favoritism. Like I don't understand, man, guys. Made it make sense to me. This guy took 18 months. He kept playing Rashford that was dropping stinkers
Hmm?
to play him into form. And all of a sudden, yes, let's say it's Barnsley, or should I say it's Barney and friends, it's Southampton, it's
Hmm?
20. Rashford is playing well. Now, this guy scores 2 goals, 3 goals, and one, I think 1 assist. It drops in against what's it called? It drops him against Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, yes, right after Barnsley.
Okay. It comes back in against 20. Like for me, if you want to call people that are actually playing well in that first half, you will include Rashford in that game in that as well.
He
And
was
the
cooking.
next thing, I was shocked. First of all, this man came in, took out Ahmad, brought Ganacho. I was kind of like I was a bit confused. And Drex said something on before the second half began. He asked a question. He said, "Would I prefer to take Rashford up front, drop Zexi to 10, take out Bruno, or I take out Bruno, bring in Ganacho, put Ganacho in at the right, and put Ahmad as a 10?" I said, no, I will take out Bruno, put Rashford up front, then drop Zexi as a 10, then put Ganacho at the left wing. This man, Ten Hag, his first substitution was taking out Ahmad, brought in Ganacho. Ganacho to play in the right hand side. And it does not make sense to me whereby you have a position whereby you guys are trying to win a game. Then, man, you take all your technical players out. And for me, honestly, Vegeta, yes, Ericsson might have made a mistake, but he was playing well. For me, he played. For me, he's the man of the match. For me, he was United man of the match. He played aside Mazrari. He played well. At some point, I don't understand Ugarte. Oh, man, God, man. You guys, man, you've bought a player. You spent money on 60 million because Ugarte does not even play in the CDM position. There was some
Bro,
points whereby Dalot
bro.
was playing as a midfielder. I don't understand, man.
Do you know
I
what's
don't
suspicious,
understand.
bro? We could have taken that 60 million that we were gonna give PSG and just went and got Neves, who PSG bought. Who would
They
have been
bought with the money you gave to
with
them.
the same
It's
money we
simple.
got Ugarte for, bro.
The
Because
same
like I,
money.
I was and I told people this when people were like, no, we just need to wait for Ugarte, he's not fit. I said, guys, if you think this problem is gonna be solved by just inserting one player, if that system doesn't accommodate this player, he's going to suffer just as much as anybody
And
else.
I've
Yes,
been saying it. I've been saying it. I said it will suffer. I said, I want him to come and play. We're going to see it. Because people think he's a player. He's not player. You know what thing is this, man? Explain to me whereby you saw Ugarte and Casemiro, then Ericsson. All of a sudden, it seemed as if the player in Ericsson, whereby people have been saying his legs are gone, his legs are back. Against because he had Casemiro and he had Ugarte. Then now he does not really to worry about because he's playing as a 10. What is there for is to create. Now, Ten Hag, I don't know if Ten Hag is angry that okay, he gave the boy away, come outside. But I don't understand how you want to score goals and you are bringing in two players who are just coming back from injury. No, no, no,
bring
no.
Gregson. Bring
Drex,
Gregson.
Drex,
Bring him in, bro.
Drex, come in. Yeah, go on. But he brought in two players that are injured. Just came out from injury. Rasmus and what's his name?
Mount,
And
Mount.
Missy Mount. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
came back from injury.
You have to put him in, hey.
Drex,
Not
big
in
up
this.
to you. Go on.
You have
Drex.
to you have to pull him in, bro.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Okay, Drex.
Drex,
Yeah.
you're muted, but go. You're in the show now.
Okay, let me say this right, guys. You might hear some background. I'm in the store, the grocery shop.
Ah, no
Let me
stress.
just go.
Okay.
Let me go to one corner and just talk. First of all, it was the 77th minute. Ericsson was taken off. What did you expect? We all knew Ericsson was going to come off at the 75th or between 70 and 80 minutes. Ericsson was going to come off. We already know that. So that's the baseline. Second of all, what did Ugarte do wrong yesterday that you guys are going off on him? What exactly did he in his 3-4 games he's played so far? What has he done? What has he done wrong? Because I maybe there's something you guys are seeing that I'm not seeing, so I have to make an informed opinion on what you guys are seeing. So what have you seen wrong for Ugarte that is making all of a
Okay.
sudden, oh, we should have gone? Or and the third question is, we should have gone to buy Neves. Do you think Neves would have been a solution in this team for what we already have? Right? Do you think
Yeah.
Neves wouldn't have faced whatever problems you guys are saying that Ugarte is facing at the moment? Do you think Neves would have been able to jump past that problem or be the solution to that problem?
Okay, now Drex, you know what is this yesterday, man?
No, answer the question. Or
Um
don't go back to
yeah,
back in time. Yeah,
that's what I want to answer on Ugarte. on Ugarte, because I will not come here and tell you in the last two games he played, I've seen his flaws. I've not. Yesterday I did, because one thing is that he is played as a CDM and sometimes is nowhere to be found. Then you are seeing Diego Dalot playing as a CDM. And if you don't forget, there was somebody that asked on the chat saying that, what about if Diego Dalot plays as a CDM? At that time, I was never really noticing what he was saying, because I did watch the game again. And I saw that, okay, Ugati, for some minutes, was like most time on the game. The person that was there fitting in for him was, what's his name? Diego Dalot. And now there was no a left back now to run overlap for Rashford, because Diego Dalot was already busy doing a job for a CDM in Manuel Gatti. Honestly,
I won't lie.
I
I think
picked it
that's
up.
by design. To be honest, how Dalot was playing, I feel like that's an instruction from the manager for him to cut into
Then
midfield.
he's going to kill the guy. Yeah, no, cutting. No, they
Temba,
do it.
Temba,
Chelsea did it as
Temba,
well. The likes of Cucurella, they
let me
forced him to midfield.
let me explain this thing to you, right? I think it was the Liverpool game. We analyzed this thing and we said, you guys, Real Madrid played the 3-1-6 also, right? But the problem is with the good thing for Real Madrid is when they're on the attacking phase, the defenders they move up high up the pitch, right? Is that we established that one,
Mhm.
right? And we also talked about how one of the fullback, be it your left back or your right back, has to come into the middle to form the extra body when you want when your number 8 has gone up to join the attack. We did establish that, right? We did
Yeah,
establish that. Yeah. Now Dalot is doing that same thing, but it's now like, oh, Dalot is playing a CDM role. It's the same thing. Dalot is providing himself as the body in the midfield. It was the same thing Dalot was doing when he found himself at the 18-yard box, and he was given the ball by Bruno. Then he couldn't control the ball, fell kindly to Ericsson, and we scored a goal. That was the said same thing. So when you're saying it's the system, it's the style of play that we all have been calling for. Let me not put it on you. We all have been calling for a style of play. It's the style of play. But guess what? The style of play isn't refined such that everybody's accepting it at the moment. And I'm not taking it away from you guys. I'm not saying don't be critical of anything.
Can I just revert back to the three questions because I can answer them. The first one,
yeah.
um, sorry, because I know the last two have to do with like the
Oh,
midfield.
sorry. I had to go mute because of the
Oh,
PA system.
okay. Sorry,
Okay.
go
Yeah, I
ahead.
understand.
The final thing is, it's the system. We've been crying for a style of play, right? And ain't nobody gonna tell me there's no style of play or the style of play hasn't improved, right? But it's the lack of finishing that is the problem. You don't expect every. See, this is not me telling you to put your opinion down on one side, because a lot of people think when Drex is speaking, he's trying to turn people down. No, I'm not. I'm saying, from my own understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't expect, okay, we cried out for a style of play. You don't expect everything to go like a snap of the finger. Fine, it's the manager's third season. First season he did good. Second season he did good. This is just what let me say 7th or 10th game into the season, right? Of the third season. So for me, I expect it to be like this: errors and refining, and get more mistake and refining until you get the final product. I expected it to be like this. Maybe not everybody does, but when you're calling out a player that just came in third game already a crap, already saying we should have got a the other player that was gonna, even the Neves that we are looking at now might just even come in and still do the same thing. So it's not like it's a 1+1 kind of thing where, oh, if we had gotten this person, the problem would have been fixed. And I know Vegeta was saying, you guys don't overhype this guy. This guy should come in first. Let's see what this guy can do. This is what some people were saying.
Mhm.
Like, some people were overhyping Ogate. Some people were making Ogate look like a crap player even before he even done on the shirt.
Yeah,
And some
people
of us
do.
were like, yeah, some of us were like, yo, let's see this guy play first. And from my point of view, this guy hasn't done anything wrong to warrant the backlash that he's already receiving at the moment. Now, if it's the backlash from people that never wanted him or that never rated him, fine. Because it feels like because the player, PSG got rid of a player, all of a sudden that player is bad. How many times have a club not want seen a player surplus to the retirement and where they end up going to a different club and they're superb in that club at that club, bro? It's football. There's no one perfect way to make things right. There is no one perfect way. If this result, if we had scored in this game, and I heard what Vegeta said about the Crystal Palace game. If what's his name, Eze had converted those two chances, bro, we basically would have lost that game. Yes, but that's if. If we had scored our chances, that's also if. You understand what I'm saying? So it's you could argue for both sides, but my own take is, for me, I'm seeing something that is worth me still holding on to until those guys up there. And I said it yesterday, if those guys are still gonna keep giving him the day-to-day running, I'm still giving him the day-to-day support. That's how I see it. That's
Mhm.
me. But for me to come and accept to say, okay, I'm not seeing a bit of progress, then that for me, not you now, for me, that's fallacy on my part. That's fallacy, because if we're
Mhm.
converting our chances, bro, we won't be having this conversation. We will be talking about, okay, how do we get maybe Xerxes, or how do we get somebody that is not scoring to score?
But you see, that for me is the point for me, Trex. The inconsistencies across last season and this season. It's not that we haven't changed or there isn't a style of play. Yes, it's there. But in my mind, I'm asking myself this question: is this going to be good enough long term? Because Eric is very, I don't know. He's either extreme on the one side where he's just going to stick to this thing, or he's now doing too much at the same time. And I almost worry about that. I'm like, does Eric himself know where he stands as a manager and what he wants to do? Because I never know what I'm going to get out of a team whenever we play as a United. And for me, that's what concerns me. I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know what product I'm buying into. I don't. It's not the style of play. I don't even have the confidence to be like, sometimes we lie to ourselves to a degree where we say, we'll score 10 goals. Some people thought we'd score 5 yesterday. But I'm like, what evidence have
Mhm.
we? Just because we scored 7 goals in one game, all of a sudden we're going to be scoring these 10 million goals? I don't know that, dude. Because let's be honest, most of us are even worried about teams we shouldn't be worried about, guys. Let's be honest. In this club, there are teams we shouldn't be worried about, but we're worried about them because of us, not because of them. I've always said this, and I maintain this: we are our own worst enemies most of the time. It's not the other team. I don't think Twente was that great, personally. I don't think Crystal Palace was that great. But we were the creators of our own destruction because of the way we play, me personally. And with the Ugarte point, what I was trying to say is I didn't want to judge him before he played for us because one, I've never watched him before now. But two,
Mhm.
I didn't know what this new thing that Ten Hag wanted to do. Remember, we said we need to see how he fixes that midfield, because that no matter who you dropped in at that time, it was going to be a problem because of just the
Mhm.
sheer distance between the players. Like they didn't seem to be on the same page. But when I look at this midfield that we're playing, he seems to want, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I'm not Eric, but he seems to be going with technical people. And unfortunately, it's not that Ogata is doing anything wrong. He just seems to not fit in. He seems to stick out in that technical midfield, which is probably why somebody
Mhm.
like Luis Enrique didn't want him. I don't think it's because he's a bad player. It's that he's not fit for purpose.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have known that until I see him in whatever plan that Eric Ten Hag is concocting. So that's where I'm coming from to say that maybe the player is not wrong, but he's wrong for whatever the hell this man is trying to do, because he sticks out like a sore thumb, unfortunately. Now, there's various reasons for that. Like you're saying, there's people who already made up their mind. They said he's going to be crap. There's some other people who thought he was the second coming of our Lord and we would be, resurrected. I was never in that line of thought. All I wanted was you can't have a functioning body without a solid core. In other words, your midfield has to function. And the fact that we look better when he's not on that pitch in midfield, it makes me question then why did we buy him if he doesn't improve that midfield, in my opinion? If we can
Yeah.
actually play better without him. You get what I'm saying, Drex? It's not him per se, but why do we look better without the person we bought to help us? That's like buying a striker that we know scores 40 goals a season, and then he only ends up scoring 5 because of how we play. Then he's not useful to us. It's got nothing to do with him. It's just that he doesn't happen to fit our plans. Personally, that's all I'm
No,
seeing with my eyes.
but the player that the player that he replaced in person of um So, quick question to you guys: Would you have kept Scott McTominay, or you would have replaced him?
I would have kept him as a bench player right now. Looking at this team, that's just me
Mm-hmm.
personally because these guys aren't scoring. At least Scott knows how to find the net.
Fact. True. True. Because there's something somebody even said here now on the chat. If I say the difference between this season and last season is Scott McTominay. And yesterday, Drex, I forget somebody asked you on the chat, do you miss Scott McTominay? Like you guys, just I mean, let me just go through some of this
Temba,
comments
and
real
what
quick.
Temba, and what was
Huh?
my response to that question yesterday about missing Scott
You said
McTominay?
no.
Hell
You said
no.
no straight. Say no.
I
Hell
don't
no,
miss.
I
because
know.
You
guess
don't
what?
miss.
I cannot be missing something that I've been crying to get out long time. I cannot
No,
miss
but
it.
Drake, the question wasn't do I miss him? It's would I have kept him in hindsight? Yes,
No, even in hindsight, okay, no, no, no. For the question I asked, you said yes, I agree. But for me, if I'm asked, if
but
I'm
I'm
being
not. I
asked that
don't miss
question
him.
in hindsight, I would say no. I still say no, bro.
I
That's
don't.
the
I don't
same
miss
way.
him.
That's
I
the
think
same
that
way people were asking me if I missed Pereira. Oh, in our, I'm like, Joe, no,
no,
I saw this guy play for me, bro.
no.
I
But
wanted
like,
him gone. I still want him gone.
but hear what I'm saying. I'm saying in this moment in time, he would have done most better than most. But do I miss him is a different thing altogether. I don't miss him. I agree with you. I wanted him gone because, for instance, at some stage, I want Bruno sold. I want Rashford sold because I don't think these guys are the long term solution. Yes, they're good. They've done stuff for us. I'm happy for them. But they need to go. And I'm not gonna say, oh, in hindsight, we should have kept Bruno. No. At some stage, you need to rip the band-aid off.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. You want Bruno to go, you want Rashford to go. So when they go and we get replacement, and maybe the replacement is not cutting it, that doesn't mean we should start saying, oh, we should have kept. No, bro.
No,
No.
but
That's just delaying. That's just delaying the healing of the wound, bro.
I'm just answering the question. I'm not saying yes, I would have kept. You asked me a question, and I'm saying in
No, no, no.
retrospect.
I'm agreeing with you. I am agreeing with you that me I'm agreeing with you when you talk about the fact that you will miss people that you want gone out of the football club. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. Sorry to interject.
Okay, no, no, no. I don't miss. I like it's crazy, and we shouldn't be saying this, guys. That's another part of the problem. Why the hell do we need Scott McTominay to score a goal against 20, bro? Like Rashford, you asked us for 300 and something per week. Can you at least
We
know how
give.
to shoot the ball? Is that too much to ask for at your grown age?
Man,
Like Ganacho,
man.
we can't keep calling you star boy when you don't have star dust, bro. You're looking kind of dusty right now, bro. No offense. Like we have to take that thing away from you.
Man, but it's on another level today, man. Honestly.
No, like
Now,
I'm just
Kefalan says
tired,
yes.
bro. I'm Temba.
Yeah, I understand.
As a person who supports Real Madrid, do you understand that these players
Yeah,
expect me to just be content with their mediocrity? When I've watched some of the
honestly,
best
man.
football players come through this institution, who the hell are you, bro? Like, pull up your socks and actually perform, bro. This whole thing of
Fact,
yeah,
fact.
back the team. The team needs to back us, bro. How about that? How about this team backs us with their performance? It's my job is to turn
Man,
up as a tough man and support them. Can you not do their job? How about that?
honestly, man, it's shameful. It's shameful, man. Kepalan says yes, how to know that a team like 20 is more organized and knows what to do on the field than United.
Organized.
And Dean
Wait, wait,
says that
wait.
I can't
Before you
lie,
go
Ahmad
forward,
Diallo.
what did Twente do yesterday, Kepa Lance? What did Twente do yesterday so well that is making you say this? They didn't have that mistake. They were not going to score. I
Okay, that's
I spoke to a Twente fan who told me like, yo, we made the team that looks like we made the best team in the Eredivisie look like we were doing kickouts, bro.
I agree with Drakes. That was a mad
No,
comment. Me who wrote that one.
Drex, you know what? I've always been saying it, man. United makes everything looks best. I don't know how to do it, man. But Dean says I can't lie. Ahmad Diallo can't change Mason Mount, Mason Greenwood. My African boy can't shoot. Honestly, man, you can't be comparing both players. And Kenny Fatibe says Mason Greenwood is the level above um,
Let it go, guys. Mason
Ahmad
Greenwood.
Diallo. So now, Evan says, how much more of this their football do we have to endure under Eric Ten Hag? It's high time. he parted ways with Manchester United Football Club. Like so many people are really tired of this guy. They want him.
Yeah,
They
oh
want
yeah.
the
So
guy
many
gone.
people, and there was something. So there's something Vegeta touched on right now, right? That I should
Mhm.
re-echo the fact that I'm the way I am with the old Ten Hag thing doesn't mean I don't have the right to criticize him, right?
Mhm.
And you were there yesterday, and I asked you those questions because if it was up to me, I'd take Bruno off, and you were there when I was saying, bro,
Yeah, yeah,
what does Anthony have to do to at least get 10 minutes run out of for that game yesterday, right? It's not like Amma did something spectacular that Anthony couldn't have done, right? So
yeah.
when we
True,
talk about
true.
that, I'm critical of the manager, but what I don't get is why do people make it feel like because I'm backing the manager, I am lowering standard, or because I'm having a different opinion than them, I am delusional. Do you understand what I'm saying? So being critical
Hmm.
is one thing, like
Hmm.
what Vegeta has stated
Yeah,
it clearly. Being critical is one thing. Wanting a manager out is another thing, right? But going overboard to like start looking at everybody that oh these guys don't want progress, you don't lower it. First of all, for the crying out loud, 10 years of mismanagement, they've lowered our standard in the first place. We are just trying to pick up with the pieces of what's left of the standard, and we're gonna get there. Like I will always tell people, the night will not stay forever. The day would break. We
hmm,
would get to where we is this manager the be all and end all? No, I don't think so. Right? Is this manager going to take us to the promised land? No, I don't think so. But guess what? The people that are making the decision, they still have him today as their manager. So what would I do? I still have him today as my manager, and I'll still support him. Does that mean I will take everything he does? I don't listen to his post-game interview for my own peace.
that guy.
Yeah, that
He will
No,
man,
piss you off with
for my
his
own
thing.
peace. I don't listen. That's
that
to tell you,
man
He
talks
said,
for
"For
so
my
one
own
much,
piece."
peace.
bro.
I don't listen to it, bro. So when people talk, when people hear me talk, they should not just think that okay, maybe Drex is just following this guy who claim. I have come to a point where I say, you know what, there's some things I will not do. Don't let this guy hurt me. Okay, we drew a game. I'm already hurt. I will not go listen to your post game interview to pile on the injury. No, I wouldn't do that. I let you leave. I leave that to you. Handle that to yourself. But
Because he will come and crap as well,
when we are
man.
playing the football game, I want us to analyze the football game. What
Yes,
exactly did Twente do yesterday so well that we could just say, okay, United could not, a 20 team played us off the park? What did they do? Because everybody's making it look like, oh, 20 is organized. Somebody was talking about the budget and all that. I'm like, yo, what has budget got to do with this football, bro? It's
Hmm.
football.
I wish people
If
could answer that question, Drix, because people tend to be on extremes. They don't get into why. You get me? I understand why I feel the way I do, bro. Because I understand that it's not going to be good enough to finish fifth with the FA Cup or Europe. It doesn't matter what we finish with. For me, I'm like, it's going to get boring and tiring at some stage where I'm praying and hoping that Arsenal don't win the league when I don't have a say in it, bro. Like, who am I
Hmm.
to pray for Arsenal's downfall when I don't have a say in it? The only way you can have a say in something is to be there. And all I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is, I want to get to a point where I'm not even, guys, I've never at any stage said win the league. Never. I've just said, Ten Hag, let's get to a point where people don't believe they can beat us. How about that? Because
Yeah.
people don't really think they can't not beat us. You know, there's an element of confidence that people still come to our home ground or even at their home grounds against. And I'm like, the difference between, besides the quality of player and maybe management, the difference between Liverpool, Arsenal, and City right now is that most teams don't think they can beat them. Most, not everybody. Some people will
Yeah.
take a
Yeah.
beat, but most people don't think they can get a result. If anything, a draw is a good result for them against those teams.
Hmm.
But with us, it's almost as if people get disappointed when they don't score goals against us or win. And I don't
Vegeta,
understand.
you know why? You know why? Because we don't kill teams, and that's the thing we were saying last season, and that's the thing it's the same thing this season. We don't put teams to the sword. Like imagine we playing all those game against Crystal Palace and we come out with a draw. Then everybody and we played so well that everybody's looking at us like, oh, these guys were they bored. How did they not score? And they came out with a draw. So you know what? We're gonna do the same thing Crystal Palace did, and and get a draw. That's the thing. Because when you see Arsenal, no matter how you tend to do a low block at Arsenal, right? They find a way to score and
Oh,
get the win. So
that's right.
everybody knows that okay, if you go play Arsenal, if you want to get the draw, right, you have to keep your concentration high. Else, But with United, they know okay, even if you have a lapse of concentration, they won't be able to. They won't be clinical enough to put you to the sword. So you know what? We could get away with it. Twente yesterday, at the first 10 minutes, they were playing good football. Then all of a sudden, when we started moving the ball, right,
Nah, they
bro,
couldn't.
they were scared. They were scared. They were like, oh, the minute we scored, you could see the panic in them. Like, yo, this thing will turn into a 2 or 3 thing. But we started blunting our knife. We started hitting the knives. We started using the iron to hit the knife, to blunting the knife. I'm like, yo, why are you guys doing this? Temba, you were there with me yesterday. You were there on the stream yesterday. You were seeing how frustrated I was. Like, why are you guys doing this?
But
And
those
lo and
players,
behold, go ahead, Vegeta.
they need to look us in the eye and us and tell us this is. Do you need to be world class to pass a ball? Like honestly, like they can't even do. Do you need to be world class not to panic after one goal over 90 minutes? Because
Let
for
me
me,
also say something. Do you guys know what Anak said at this press conference?
no, we
He said,
don't.
"I will look
Bro.
at the
Don't
mirror."
watch that guy, bro. Don't hold you, bro. What's wrong with this guy?
That guy killed me. He said, "I will look at the mirror." Man, that guy, I don't understand. Communication is very, very hard for Ten Hag, honestly, man.
But you know what my
Yeah.
problem is, bro, is that our own captain that we picked up, because remember we all rubbished Maguire. We said, "Oh, Bruno, raw, raw, raw." But Bruno's the same guy that we lose one goal. He's swearing at
Mhm.
everyone. I'm like, fam, how is this helping us, bro?
Man.
Like, calma, bro. Like, keep your cool, bro. There's a reason why Portugal performs better with Ronaldo on the pitch than when people like Bruno on the pitch. Because he, that guy brings that certain level of, and people were crying, Ronaldo's bad for Portugal. I'm like, guys, watch Portugal without Ronaldo on the pitch and watch them with Ronaldo on the pitch. There's a difference in mentality of players. Sorry, I'm not.
They coordinate themselves, man.
Sorry that I'm using you as a comparison, but you play with Ronaldo. But not Bruno, bro. Bruno yesterday, he's shouting at this one, he's telling that one. Yeah. I'm like, Bruno, what about you, dog? You are not contributing anything in this game, but you're shouting at other kids. How about you?
I don't understand. Like how has Bruno played 90 minutes? Because now he took out Zexi, took out Ericsson and Rashford.
Ah, bro.
Then he brought on Rasmus Hoyland, Mason Mount, and who again? The fact alone that this guy uh, put took out put Mason Mount now on the 10 and
Mm.
pushed Bruno Fernandes to 7 to the wing tells you that he knows very well that Bruno Fernandes should be coming off. I don't understand. This guy have been dropping stinkers for the that drop upon stinkers. Give him rest. I've been saying it. I was saying it yesterday on the stream, and yet Mark thought I was talking about him being crap. He needs rest. Take him out. Because
Temba,
for me,
Temba,
yesterday,
this is okay.
yeah,
Go ahead, finish up.
because yesterday, I honestly believe if Scott McTominay was there, he would have bring him in. Honestly, it would have been given the yesterday. But yet again, you guys need goals. What I would say is this: how about leaving Rashford on the pitch? You need goals. Or how about leaving Zexi and bring on Rasmus Hoyland and Mason Mount to just go and get the goal? And this is what I've been saying. If you are looking for goals, this guy is a better threat going forward, Casemiro, than probably Ugarte. Honestly, he can come in there and get you a goal from the set piece or something. But
Oh,
yet again, man decided to put and one thing Drake said is how bad can Anthony be? Like how bad can Anthony be that you cannot give him 10 minutes?
he's thrown
Take
him away,
Bruno
bro.
out, let him go and play, let this guy go play from the wing.
That guy
He
won't
decided
play.
to bring him a cement and push Bruno to the wing.
Anthony
And
won't
what did
play.
Bruno do?
Anthony's
Nothing.
become he's become the new Sancho, bro. That guy doesn't want to play him. He won't play him.
Drex, um, go on if you want to say something, man.
See, the thing is, right? When when I because maybe it's because I don't scream and say, "Oh, Tena, why are you doing?" That's why people think, "Okay, I'm not." I look at the game yesterday, right? And that game was crying for a different dynamics to it, different player with a different skill set, right? To the same style of play that you are creating, right? And I didn't think Anthony would have done anything worse than what Bruno did, right? But
Correct. Right.
again, this is where I tend to give the manager his time. I tend to give the. This is me saying the manager is doing what he thinks is right, right? At the end of the
Yeah.
day, when he gets the sack, he would look back and say, "Okay, I did not listen." That's why for me, you can't catch me crying about sack the manager now. Let him dig his hole. Let him go on his own path, right? Because guess what? Sometimes we tend to do things the best way we can, and to him, doing what he's doing now is best for him. So that's why you don't. That's why you don't. For me, yesterday game, all you needed to do was take Bruno out, give Ahmad 90 minutes. It's not like Ahmad would. It's not like Ahmad would die against Tottenham. It's Tottenham. Tottenham will play a high line against us. Ahmad could still run them down, right?
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to do Ahmad, hold on a sec.
Or at least keep Xerxes, bro. I was saying, why can't we see Hoyland and Xerxes play in the same team? Because the one
That's what
thing
I was
Xerxes
saying. And
doesn't
Mark
have.
was telling me that it will not work. I don't understand how some people work. Mark was saying to me that it will not work. How like you need goals. You're taking out the guy who is technical. Because one thing is this, man. Those guys are playing low ball. They do not want to give you guys a chance. And playing long ball will not happen. What you need to break that team is those technical passes to open those spaces. And yet he's telling me that no, man, Rasmus, Hoyland, and Zexi will not work. Like I don't understand. Like Zexi, I've showed you that he's not an out and out striker. That guy is more of a 10 than a striker. But now, Victor, I want to ask you something now. Do you think Ten Hag listen to Vanessa Roy?
Mm, jeez, that's a bit of a tough one. Because do the strikers listen to Rude themselves? Because wow, how rude of them, bro. I don't know. That team seems a bit like because I don't know if these were the people he wanted or if they said, "Hey, bro, listen, your guys are crap," you know. So even when
I'm
I look
just
at the
struggling a
touchline,
bit.
I'm just like there doesn't seem to be that I don't know unity. It just seems
In
like
case
three
you want to
different
jump in.
coaches with three different ideas. You get me? Because
Honestly,
remember, Rude is a coach. That was it, Rene or whatever his name is, Haka or whatever his name is.
when yeah, he's a coach as
He's a
well.
coach. These guys are all first team level coaches, bro. You get what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
wonder if sometimes there is a clash of ideas in the setup of the dressing room, but we'll never know, bro. I don't want to spectate on
Because
something.
I could see the way Vanessa Roy looks at Ten Hag. Like you could see maybe he's in his mind is like what is this guy doing, man? Like what the fuck is this guy doing? So I don't know. But I think both is on the chat. Please, the links is on the chat. Should in case you want to jump in to just say a few things, please. So let me just know your own perspective as well on this.
Tenag,
But
Temba,
yeah,
you
yeah,
cannot say that thing that you're saying about I see the way he's looking at him and I think that bro you cannot because I
speaking.
watched that speculation. I watched an interview of the man, the Robin
Mm.
van Persie, and he said it was Ten Hag who called him first, bro. It was Ten Hag who actually called him and told him everything, right?
Called
And
Van Persie or
no,
Mr. Roy.
no, Nistelrooy, sorry, Nistelrooy actually said it was Ten Hag who called him and sold the project to him because he was on. He said he was on his way to, what's the name of that club, Burnley, right?
Burnley. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and Ten Hag called him and explained everything, and he was excited. And it was Ten Hag who like, okay, the main guys will reach out to you and stuff like that, right? So what you're saying is
Okay,
just
because
speculation, right? I'm not saying. See, at the end of the day, let's do the math. At the end of the day, if they decide to sack Ten Hag, who do you think will step in at the interim? Is Ruud van Nistelrooy or Rene Ake, one of the two, right? So we are just doing now. We are just trying to play. Let's connect the dots, right? But what you're saying is just pure speculation. All of them work together. You want to tell me if you want to even take a pop at anybody, take a pop at Rene because Rene coached Twente also as well, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
interesting.
so 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 for me, is what went wrong yesterday that mistake. Fine, we should have scored two or three. We should have actually. But guess what? We still have 7 games to go. 7 games in the Europa League. I'm not talking about the Premier League now. 7 games in the Europa League to still finish top of the group, bro. Porto lost
it's
yesterday.
gonna
I'm
be
not
tough,
trying. I'm
man.
not trying
Also
to
lost
get
to
it. I'm not trying to
Bordeaux.
get a consolation. I'm not trying to get a consolation. I'm just saying, for me, this is me talking for myself. This is my own concept. That we still have 7 games to go, right? I've seen, I'm seeing signs that if everything begins to fall into play, if lines are beginning to fall into places for us, I'm seeing signs that will make us be like, wow, okay, we suffer that the pain that we're going through now. Maybe at the end of the day, is worth it. And I've said it now. I've said it earlier in this stream. Do I believe that Ten Hag is the quote unquote the messiah to get us to the promised land? I don't think so. But do I believe he's one that will steady the ship before somebody will come and take over? Yes, right.
Okay.
That's how I feel. And I keep saying this, and if the management say, okay, by this afternoon after we finish this stream and say, okay, you know what, they decided that, you know what, we have somebody in waiting. The season is still early. Let's
Yeah.
go get that person and salvage what's left of the season. And this, bro, we say, okay, thank you, Ten Hag, for your time. We go on to the next manager. That's how I operate. Even when Ronaldo was itching to leave the year he was supposed to leave, right? When the manager told him, calm down, we also were like, okay, please don't leave Ronaldo. Just calm down. Listen to Fergie. But once Ronaldo left, it was like, okay, bye, brother. You're our goat. You will
On
remain
to
in
the
our
next one.
hearts. But onto that's it. On to the next one, right?
On to the
That's
next
that
one.
that's Manchester. That's how I grew loving Manchester United, bro. Van Nistelrooy went, bro. Okay, Van Nistelrooy went. We'll suffer a little bit. On to the next one. Came Saha, and then what's his name? Sorry, Saha was there already.
Yeah.
Chicharito, right? So
But
for me, it's a case of the only thing I can tell fans, right? The only thing I can tell fans, right, is if you think that this is the only thing I'll tell people to just believe. I'm not trying to decide for people, but if you think the manager is so bad that this cannot be, it's not sustainable, wait for the inevitable to happen.
so you see that what you said, Rex. The problem is that most of the people on the other side of the fence now,
Yeah,
because we like it or not,
yeah.
there's a fence here. There's people who are like me. I don't see it personally with this manager, right? But I'm different in the sense that I'm a subcategory of those people. I still will support my team because I'm not going to be in the camp of I want to lose to be proven right. That's you're on crack, okay? Then you don't support Man United. But at the same time, what you just said to me is important because if we've let people go and life moved on, I hate how no matter what you try to critique, even if it's right based on what is happened on the pitch, the people who are on the Ten Hag side of the fence who are sticking with him make it seem like this man is so untouchable. How dare you question him? How dare you don't back him? They equate backing the manager to backing the club, and I don't see that personally because maybe that manager is poison for my club. So how am I backing the club by backing him? But people don't want to hear it, and that's another side of things we need to talk about. Yes, we've got the crazy ones on this side who, no matter what happens, they're out. They would even win the league and still say they don't like Ten Hag. They exist. We know
Fact.
them. You get me? No matter
Yeah.
what, this man could have a treble and they still hate him. They're not open to
They
being
still
proved
with him
wrong.
gone.
But the
Mm-hmm.
the way people will protect Bruno, like he's this figure at United, brother, you didn't win a league with us. I don't know how you got the status. It's wrong for me, that thing, personally. Because, like you
Look at
said,
the statement here from
there should be a
Box.
room for us to critique
Look at the
them
statement here from Box.
and for
It
us to
says here
let go.
we should. He said we should put Maguire up front in 10 minutes earlier. It looked a big, and that's a fact, man.
You should.
Maguire is
That
also
guy
a
was
player that can
looking for
actually
a
get
goal.
you go.
That man was actually looking
You
for a
know,
goal. I said, why is Maguire the one person in a corner kick looking for a goal? So what's wrong with these guys, bro? But anyway, I
understand,
hope
man.
that what I'm saying makes sense. Like I understand just waiting to see what happens. I'm also there, Drex. I'm with you. If Ten Hag is successful, we're successful. It's good for us. You get me? If he's unsuccessful, it's bad for him. We're still gonna be here. I'm a United fan. He's the one leaving. I'm not leaving. He's leaving
Mhm,
at the end of the day. And we
mhm.
move. We go to our next manager, we back him, we move on. But people must stop
Facts.
acting like Ten Hag is gonna be the only person to bring us back. No, chief.
No,
Only
Vegeta, that is where you draw the line. That is where you draw, because I have people that would say, you see, the one you just talk about, the people that would say even if he wins a treble. I have somebody that says even if he wins a treble, the man is dead to him, right? I'm like, okay. So when that person is talking, I don't entertain, I don't go into a debate with that person. I just let them talk because I know no matter what I say, right, they
they've
will
made
not
up.
listen. It's like pouring water into a basket, right? that I've even realized after yesterday's show, I'm saying, you know what, I think I would just be addressing people the way they want to be addressed, right?
Mm.
Not going to say anything anymore. Let people just. It's I think it's because guys come to our channel and support us and help us, right? But most of the time they want to just because they are hurting, bro. We should not
Mm-hmm.
forget the fact that these guys are hurting and they want to just pour it all out, right? So I've come to the realization, you know what? Drex channel is going to, or Temba's channel, we're going to make it look like even Vegeta, come and just, it's a therapy session. Come and empty. We're not going to tell you
Yeah.
anything, just empty. We have our belief, we have what we're holding on to, but just come. I feel their pain, bro. Don't make anybody think, okay, oh, when I go back and I watch the game again, I'm looking at the game, I'm like, how did we lose this? Against Crystal Palace, how did we draw this? Right? And I'm asking
Yeah.
questions, right? And I'm looking at the manager, I'm like, with the way he's staying, his demeanor, and I'm like, bro, do something. I'm actually talking to my TV set as though he's there with me, right? But 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 at the same time, I'm saying, okay, I see sign here. I see sign here. We created this chance. We created that chance. Okay, I'm seeing this. I'm saying, but in my head, I need all of this to happen like yesterday, so that fans can have something to hold on to. Because
Mhm.
whether we like it or not, right? Whether the Eric Ten Hag likes it or not, bro, the fans need to be happy. It's not just the Eric Ten Hag in-house that needs to be happy. The fans, everybody needs to be happy, bro. We need to come off a game and be like, okay, we played well, we deserve the 3 point. Guess what? We got the 3 point. Even if it's one goal, we scored. See everybody on the Crystal Palace game, we're crying for. At first, we started with a 3-0, 4-0 win. Then it became, okay, just give us a one goal win. Just give us that one, right? So for me,
Mhm.
I go back and I watch these games, right? I know some people do as well, and I look at the game like, how did we not win this one? How did we do? Like yesterday's game, I was looking at even with the mistake, when Ericsson made that mistake, I was not part of the people that called him and, oh, Ericsson, no, no, no. I'm like, okay, even with that mistake, bro, we should have been 2 goals ahead before that mistake. Such that it would.
Yeah.
Temba, you were saying it, that you were saying, guys, just give me another goal. Let me be the top predictor for the week, right? And
Yeah, I
I'm
was
like,
saying it now. I
and
was saying
I'm
it.
like, even if Ericsson made a mistake, bro, fine. But that's not the end of the world. We should have been winning that game 2 goals. How did we not win that game 2 goals?
Bro, we used to go 2
Honest.
0 down in Champions League when the away goal was a thing and still beat a team
And
3-0.
yeah,
I
Bro,
don't understand,
I,
man.
I hate
I don't
what,
understand.
honestly.
The mentality of this team
so
is just crazy,
now
man.
this is another
Honestly.
question I want to ask you, and I want to ask guys in the chat. Is it is it is it solely on the manager to prep these guys up in terms of mentality? Because like somebody was saying something, oh, the mentality of the manager has been translated into the players, right?
The
So the
players.
the manager has a weak mentality, so hence the players are having weak mentalities. I'm like, is that the case? Because I did ask a question, right? But nobody answered me. Carlo Ancelotti got
Mm.
to Everton and all of that, and Everton could not even replicate his own mentality. Is that a case of
But
the manager?
When you look at like what he did and what he was able to achieve at Everton, like it has never been done at Everton.
Did Everton go? Did
And
Everton get
whereby
top for that season that he was there? Wait, did
no,
Everton
they didn't
get
get
top
top
for that season that he
four, but
was there?
they went to
Did they
Europa
get top
League.
six?
Who are we
Yeah, they
talking
got
about?
for top
Did they
six.
get top six?
Carlo Ancelotti. We're talking
Oh,
about Carlo
Carlo.
Ancelotti. They went to Europe. They went to Europe. That
Ah,
season he came there, they went to Europe.
What
you know,
happened? What happened in second
Let me
season
check.
before he left? Did they get top
No, they
six?
didn't
Correct me if
sack
I'm
him
wrong.
now. No, he did
He
not finish the
left.
second season because Madrid
Yeah,
came
because
calling now.
Madrid came calling, but where
Yeah,
were they
Madrid
in the
came
second season
calling.
before he left? So I'm asking a question. Is it a case of people have to depend on the manager to give them, because the manager has won 2 trophies with them, so he has a winning mentality, I could say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So because I just want people to maybe walk me through some of their thinking process as well. Is it solely on the manager? Is it
No,
solely on the players? Or is
no,
it a
no,
case
no,
of
no, no, no. It's coming.
the
It's a
manager the
50-50.
best out
Both
of his
sides, man.
players?
but can I just say,
But,
see with that
Is
yeah,
it
question,
yeah.
really
Go on,
50-50?
go
can
on,
I
go on, Victor.
But go on, please.
can I answer? See that question? It's a little bit difficult because it's both. But the reality is the other half of that equation, for me personally, when I look at the team, there's at least 6 people in the starting 11 alone that can't be here. But the reality of it, we saw this in this transfer window. You can't get rid of 6 people and replace them like for like. It's hard, especially with this damn PSR thing on our necks. But it's easier
Mhm.
to change one manager and his staff. Unfortunately, that's the reality.
Yeah.
So in the short term, it's
Mhm.
easier to change a manager and then address the player thing over time. So yes, it's not just the manager. I'm with you, Drex. Don't worry. Same WhatsApp group, same team. I already said I've identified
Vegeta,
5.
pause. Before you continue on that thing, I like what you just said, right? It's easier to change the manager, right, and his playing staff than to actually change 6 players with all the PSR
Yeah.
and both and all them,
I was coming to that as
shenanigans.
well. I
But
was coming to that as well.
my follow-up question to that is, Vegeta, I will mute. My follow-up question to that is, does that not still, because the next manager might
No,
come
before you
in?
go
We
on
already
Drex,
know some
before
of
you
this.
go on Drex, before you go on Drex, because this thing that I said right now, it's exactly the same thing United have been doing for the past how many years. You know, now this Ten Hag is actually the first manager whereby they've said, okay, we are not going to throw away the manager. We are going to instead get rid of these players and bring in players the manager wants as well. Which is also sometimes when we are talking about, well, like when I criticize Ten Hag, I criticize him with the fact that this guy, for what I know, since when I've been watching United play football, since Sir Alex Ferguson, Ten Hag have actually been the one whereby he has probably gotten everything he wanted. He had good structure right now. We're talking at first, we're talking about injuries, we're talking about the structures, we're talking about the coaching staff and everything. He has gotten everything. Like, this is why, like, when I sit here now and criticize Ten Hag, I am basing it on the fact that this is what he has gotten so far, whereby I know so many managers never got. They never got like this kind of backing Ten Hag have right now. If you give the same backing to probably Van Gaal or Murillo, but let me don't use Murillo. Let me say Van Gaal because Van Gaal came in, brought players, discovered some players like the likes of Anthony Marshall was balling. Rashford was the what's his name? Oh no, when Green was under what's his name? Ole. But if you give these guys this backing you are giving to Ten Hag right now, I'm telling you guys, man, the next 2 3 years, if United have given Mourinho the backing, the first season he came in, the second season, you guys would have won a Premier League by now. I'm saying it for a fact. But yet again, it did not happen because that was the old regime. But the new regime have said no, we are not going to throw another manager and the staff under the bus. Yet, yeah, we are going to get rid of the players that we don't seem they fit good enough going forward. And they've done that, and they've also brought in some players. So now, sometimes if I sit here and talk, I'm talking about the fact that yes, they got rid of so many players. They brought in good players. We should be seeing differences. Are we seeing the differences? Yes, I will tell you I'm seeing the differences. But yet again, there is still something that is missing there. Honestly, there is still something missing there. I talk about the system because the reason why I think about a system, Drex, is that the same thing that happened to Ericsson, happened to Casemiro, happened to Kubimino. That can be resolved. Then I can look into it
No,
and
let
resolve
let
it. Sometimes,
let Vegeta finish his take.
Oh, sorry, Drex. You also had a follow-up question for me, and I was actually
Yeah,
okay.
my follow-up question was, if we change now, it's easier, and I agree with you, it's easier to change the manager. I'm not against that. Now, if we change the manager, knowing fully well that we want to change 6 players, like you said, right? If we change the manager and the next manager comes in, oh, these 6 players you want to change, right? How
mm,
about, because guess what? Now we have a structure who wants things to be done according to what how they lay down their strategy. Now, if
mhm,
we have another manager that comes in and say, okay, I need these 6 players to stay with me for at least one season, right?
mhm.
Is that not still we us still doing the same damn thing or the same thing that we've been doing, right? But now that's it. That's one question. The question is it not, would it not be better to leave this manager and change that 6, right, before
No,
firing any manager?
No, and I'll
It's
Drex,
tell you.
Vegeta, Vegeta,
please.
no, Vegeta, Vegeta, no, Vegeta. It's Vegeta. I
You know
want
what?
to. It's
I'm
Vegeta
gonna say
because
Okay.
no,
it.
and I'll tell you why. I feel like as United fans, we bought into the notion that changing the manager means we're doing the same thing. Where in
Hmm.
the past, the strategic plan of United was not done by footballing people. We all sat on our streams and in other people's streams and said this. We've got Woodward, Richard Arnold. These people were never going to make the best decisions for us. Their objective at all times was marketability. Always, we can tell in the
Yeah.
kind of players they bought, and the fact that they made
Yeah.
the mistake of buying players for the manager and not the club. I'm of the opinion that Omar Barada as the CEO, forget Dan Ashwood and Wilcox for a second. The job of a CEO is to come up with the strategic plan for the club, both commercially as well as on the pitch, to make the club successful. He said that himself. He said, I left City to take up this role to make the footballing side of things better. I want to do that. And we welcomed him with open arms because this man has a track record at another club doing that whatever role he did. Not as a CEO, but he's clearly got footballing experience, not just at City but at Barcelona as well, right? And we said we need somebody with a cap like that at our club. So that's the first thing. Structures are not the same. So we can't conclude that this regime will keep these six players because a manager requested. First of all, when they're interviewing this person and they're letting him know that they're going to sell these people, what kind of sense does it make to then bring in this coach? Because then the strategy doesn't align. I don't know of any workplace where like they want to do something. I say, dude, why are you guys using Windows? Let's use MacBooks. And they say, no, but this is our thing. We like Windows. They're not gonna hire me because I'm a problem from day one. It doesn't make sense. I'm going against the whatever the company has already decided that's their culture at the end of the day. So that's the first thing.
This Vegeta is funny, bro. I like. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hear
You know
you. I
what I'm
hear
saying?
you.
Every every
The way he drops his line, right? His opinion, right? Very. It makes the conversation very interesting. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Vegeta.
But one thing, Drex, yet again, I don't think these guys now agree to a manager coming in and say he wants six players who they want to get rid of
Okay.
stay because
Let me tell Vegeta
they've
something.
said
Let me
it
hang on,
tell
plain.
let me just
They've
conclude by
said
saying
it plain.
let me
let Vegeta conclude. I have something I want to say
let
to
me just
him.
conclude by saying this. I've never seen an organization who cares about a manager's vision. Every organization has a culture and an ethos. And for the most part, they try to the best of their ability to hire people who align with that. That's why they've got certain questions they ask you in an interview because sometimes it's not about your technical know how, but do you fit what we're trying to do? Because some companies believe that we can still equip you to be better for the role, but if you don't have certain intangibles, we can't hire you. So that's why it doesn't make sense for me to bring a renegade manager who's going to say, no, but I want to keep those players. Keep them to do what? We have already watched them. These guys are 10 matches. We've seen them. They also have eyes, guys. They're not crazy. They're not going to just decide, oh, you know what, Rashford might score under this new manager. If they've taken a decision to say strategically we're going to let go of these people, that manager has to get on board. Because the one thing that we need to see from Ineos, which we haven't, they need to put the club and its ethos ahead of players and manager. Those people who are being brought in have to align with that because otherwise this will never work. Irrespective of the manager or the players you bring in, you could bring in the best starting 11, but if it doesn't align with the club's strategy, we're going to be kicking up the hill instead of going down, and it's going to be difficult for no reason. I rest my case.
Drex, I think now Drex is we're a bit busy. Now look at what this guy said there, Petita. He says the Mayor says here always said Rashford, Shaw, Bruno Rashford and Shaw are the biggest problem at United from what they bring, or should I say lack of, to what they represent in the fan base. Like, and they are massive in your fan base, though. Honestly, those guys are massive. But yet again, what they bring to the table
I'm not going to
is
lie
not
though.
anywhere close.
I don't
So
feel
I
like
agree.
I don't think people feel the same way about these guys, to be honest. And I feel like a player like Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is a criminal, guys. Let's not get this twisted. I'm not saying he's getting injured on purpose, but this pattern of the window opens, I'm injured, is a little bit sus to me. because he knows
Mhm.
very well if this man is fit, we can sell him. He doesn't want to be sold. He's on his Phil Jones arc. I'm going to sit this contract out until because nobody else is going to pay me this. That man's a criminal, first of all. As for Rashford, and I think he unfortunately is Mr. Manchester United. We didn't buy him. We grew him.
Mhm.
He's home. He's homemade. So I think for the longest time it had to work
Oh,
with Rashford.
sorry, guys. That was just a tennis or something. Yeah, my question for Vegeta is, and not really Vegeta. I like what Vegeta said. It's not my question to Vegeta. My question is to the people. If we sold, is it a case, if we think, according to what Vegeta is now, knowing Omar Berada as a footballing person that has actually contributed the success to two football clubs, right? If we believe Omar Berada is that has some level of competence, but why don't we think that they would make a decision for the football club, the best decision for the football club, in terms of whether to sack the manager, whether to keep the manager, or otherwise, right? I know
Mhm,
fans are at the moment right now we are hurting, right?
mhm.
But that's why I keep saying I use this word: the darkness won't stay forever. My Bible actually told me, "Weeping may endure for the night, but joy will come in the morning." I just paraphrase and say the darkness will stay forever, the light would come, even in the era of them Glazers, right? And lo and behold, Sir Jim and his people are coming in through the door. And Omar Berada has a track record. I don't think he will come to United and want to tarnish his image. If anything's been like that, he would walk.
Was lined up
So
for the
that's why I
City,
keep.
bro.
That's why I'm saying that. Why don't we just wait, bro?
So you see, Drex, I think the key thing in what you're saying is a lot of the times when we say wait, it's for the manager or the player. And I think the waiting is misplaced. The people who deserve time, for me personally, is Omar Barada. And I think it's a sign of wisdom to not be hasty and make the change that we wanted them to. Because sometimes you just need to get your feet under the table and take stock of what's already there so that you don't end up throwing away something that could have been good. Because no matter how good Omar is, he still has the responsibility of observing in real time what is there. Because you don't always rebuild by just demolishing and starting afresh, especially when you're in our situation with our finances. You have to be a little bit more strategic and say, are there any materials within this falling building we can reuse and repurpose? So, yes, they kept Ten Hag. But I think that when Sir Jim said 2 3 years, it's supposed to be for those guys because unfortunately, they are coming and they have to deal with. Oh, Richard didn't fix the taps. Okay, Woodward didn't think it was a good idea to maintain the tiling of the roof. They have to fix all of that rubbish from the dust decade. And maybe I don't know. I'm just speculating at
We are
this point.
we are saying the same thing, brother. We are saying the same thing. You are saying the people that needs time is the Omar Baradas and the Ashworth and the Wilcox. But I'm
Not ten.
saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing. Why wouldn't we wait for those? Because those guys have to make. They have to have a sample. We as fans, we already have our sample, right?
Yeah,
We've had what 2 years and plus change in between it, right? But those
yeah.
guys just walk through the door. So they are like, okay, the fans are crying out for a change in the managerial setup, right? But they are saying, well, we just got here. Let's observe the situation. That's what I'm saying. It's whatever, because I've left the football club, now I have structure. I've left it in the hands of structure. I don't know if you guys remember when I said now I can sleep with both eyes closed under these guys,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's when I say wait, it's not for the manager. It's not giving the manager time or giving the player time. It's actually letting
Yeah.
these guys, because there's nothing we could do. You and I, Temba, everybody, Keplan, all of everybody in the chat, we can air our frustration, right? Air the air even the positivity. People tend to call it toxic positivity. We say whatever we want to say. But these guys don't have the sample size that we have to make an informed decision. These guys are still going to be, because to them, Ten Hag, quote and unquote, whether you like it or not, quote and unquote, Ten Hag is their man that came in with them through the door, right? So they're going to say,
Mm.
okay, we put money behind this guy. Forget about the first 2 seasons that he's here. We are the one who put money now behind this guy. Let's see what is done with the money we just put behind him, right? That's why I keep telling people, first season and second season, they're gone. It's a case of draw, 1-1, right? This new
Now,
season is, let me just
Drake,
I
wrap up.
wanted to
This
ask one question.
let
Yeah,
me
wrap up,
you
wrap up,
ask the
wrap up.
question. this new season, these guys don't really know this situation like we as fans, we know, right? So again, that's why I use the word wait for them. Whatever they decide, we go with it. I go with it. But I'm not telling you not to air your frustrations, right? Do it. But do it from the place of, okay, you know what? There's a silver, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The people up there are not so stupid not to see what we are saying. So when they make the decision, it will be the best decision for the football club. That's where I am coming in from. That's why I keep when I use the word wait, it's not for the manager, not the players. It's for these guys. And thank you, Vegeta, for actually trying to draw that out of the air for me. Thank you so much. Yeah, Temba, you said you have a question.
Now, what I want to ask is this, man. Dress, you touch on something right now because we know many fans are talking about Eastern Ag third season, and yet again, you will not blame them for expecting a lot from a manager that have been here for 3 years. Now, the question is this, man.
2
Could
years
there
and
be
change.
a situation whereby the fans right now are agitated and frustrated at a manager for being here three seasons and they still have not really seen anything like impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And Sergeant Ratcliffe and Enos might be looking at it like, man, yes, this is his first year.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think so. Because if
I
these
don't
guys
think
they
so
would have
though.
given him that time, they would have given him more than just an extension.
Yes.
I just think they said, "Yo, a season is more than good enough, bro. It's 38 games within the season. There's Europa League, there's FA Cup, there's EFL. Let's see." I think that's all that happened with this whole
That's
situation.
bro, Vegeta. You see, Vegeta is on the one side. Me, I'm on the other side, right? We're in the same WhatsApp group. Where there's a link right there, but you could see that
Mm-hmm,
it's almost the same thing, bro. It's almost the same thing he's saying. I'm saying. I don't think the 3 years sorry, 2 years and change that the man has had, right? I don't think we could sweep it under the carpet. When I said forget about the 2 years, it's like okay, look at it with new structure, the manager that they have, they brought in the door through the door with themselves, right? Because
mm-hmm,
everybody tends to
mm-hmm,
say, okay, when a new structure comes in, they tend to get their own manager, right?
mm-hmm,
So tentatively, they have Ten Hag. They brought him with themselves through the door because they actually did interviewed him again and say, you know what, we're going to extend your contract by a year, right? Use that
mm-hmm,
option. They didn't give him
mm-hmm,
anything more than those two. So that's what I'm saying. They would say, okay, you know what, we're going to mute the noise from the fans. It's not like they're disrespecting the fans or not taking the fans' opinion into consideration, but they want to make an informed decision with a clear head. They don't want to. If you remember when Sir Jim was asked about the old Mason Greenwood thing, he said something. We're not going to make a decision based on the noise, right? So they
mm-hmm,
would want to make they want
mm-hmm.
to make a decision based off their clear head. Okay, whatever decision that they make, good, bad, ugly, they would be like, okay, we made it from us. I haven't looked at everything. At the end of the day, they will listen to the fans. I haven't looked at everything, right? And we say, okay, we made this decision to either give this man another 1 year, or cut it short right now. So that is where I'm.
Okay.
It's on that field. I am playing my own football right now. It's on that ground I'm standing. Like, yo, this is where I'm at with these guys. Whatever they decide, because I will tell you the first against Fulham, you were there also in the preseason when myself and Mark were getting at it, right? When I said I was seeing the same problems that were hurt us, and I said if we're going to continue this trajectory, I don't think we're ready for the season, right? And the same mistake happened. Obviously, it happened against
Mm-hmm,
Liverpool. Fulham, I
mm-hmm,
saw the same mistake, right? But guess what? We were able to keep it tight.
mm-hmm,
Against Brighton, we should have won, but for some reason, players were so eager to just be bored. They were too attracted to the ball that they left huge space at the back. We attributed it to the system as well, right? So for me, but going forward, I've been able to see, okay, Crystal Palace, we've been able to see that these guys are clicking. I think the Southampton game and the Barnsley game that came gave them, okay, let's execute our plans. This plan that the manager has been trying to put in our head, let's put, and we saw pattern of play that was even carried on to the Crystal Palace game. I'm like, oh, this guy's actually played well for 75 minutes, right? And we couldn't get the goal. Even at FC Twente yesterday, played well, but he couldn't get more than a goal. I'm like, okay, you know what? For me, that there's a positive sign in there. Does not mean that I've disregarded the negative or the concerns that I have. It's just that okay, I'm not seeing something I could hold on to
mm-hmm.
go into the next game with, right? But I also appreciate those guys that are saying, okay, I'm not seeing anything at the moment. at this point in time,
Mm-hmm.
it's a crossroad. You know what? I have chose to say I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Let this guy just go. Let my team get the breath of fresh air. I also I'm
Yeah.
with those guys, but for me, I am
Mm-hmm.
saying I've seen something against the Crystal Palace, against the Barnsley. You could all call it it's only, but I saw something that I could actually hold on from that game to the next game, and from that
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
even this 20 game, I saw something I can hold on to
Mm-hmm.
going into the Tottenham game with knowing how Tottenham likes to
Tottenham.
play. I've seen something. I'm like, okay, if we could just take our chances, take two of our chances, right? Get to score 2 goals against Tottenham, which we've done before, would win that game, bro,
Mm-hmm.
or will not lose that game. But for me,
Okay.
that game is a must win.
I swear to you know what
Honestly.
it is for me? It's not that I can't see stuff. It's the fact that I can and we're still inconsistent. That pisses me off, bro. It's like why can't you be
Yeah.
consistent? But yo, if we lose against Tottenham, if we're pivoting towards that game, I swear to the Lord, bro, that man is not leaving the stadium as our manager. You can't beat the guy who's got one plan. He's got one plan, bro. I
Vegeta,
don't give a damn what
if that was Africa, they would put him in a different vehicle and say, "Oga, just go that way. That's your way home."
You're good at you. Follow you.
that,
Follow you.
bro.
Follow
You
me.
know that guy is going to Holland, mate. He's gonna broski. Even though who Arsenal said there's only one thing and one thing only. This guy is pushing up. Even without their competent midfielders, they knew this man will push up. Did Ange prove them wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, he didn't. And then we are going to not have a plan for that one plan. I swear to you, I'll be there. I'll find a flight to United. He's not going home.
Even
That
even
guy,
even
man.
even last season when we did not play well, even last season when we had our rocky moment, right? When we played against Tottenham, we gave them the goal in the second half, bro. Second half, we went to sleep, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So look, so for me, I'm seeing signs, but I'm still seeing those thing of, okay, why play this man 90 minutes, right? Why not just give this man a rest? I said it yesterday. I would just tell Bruno, 20, you're not playing. Bro,
Honestly,
Barnsley,
man.
you're not playing. If you want to fight me, fight me. You want to take me to the media, take me to the media. But 20, FC 20 and Barnsley, you're not playing those games. Stay home, be with your wife, enjoy yourself, time off. Don't even come to
Honestly,
training a day before.
man.
This comment kills
You
me,
know,
Man,
sir,
bro.
it's crazy.
because I look at this manager, if you could give players like Sancho 3 months off, why can't you give someone that needs the rest more? Why can't you just say, okay,
Miss it,
take a day
man.
off?
He
Tell
needs
Bruno
it.
to go back to Portugal, bruh, and rediscover himself because
Bro,
Honestly,
the
man.
weather in Manchester is affecting his judgment. Clearly,
because I don't understand
Honestly.
like that, and these are the things I look at. I'm like, just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean I don't have a discussion about it in close circle. Like, these are the things I look at. I'm like, yo, why is this guy? What is this thing with? Do you have to play players that are out of form back into form?
that statement
Man.
makes no sense to me. How do you do? That's
Honestly,
like saying I'll pay a person out of injury. What does how? What do you mean by
man.
that, bro? I'm gonna play you out of
Bro,
injury. Eh?
if Jejita, yesterday when we were watching the game, from the 35th minute, I said Bruno was tired. Ask
He was
Temba was there. I
tired.
said
He
it.
was
I said
knackered,
Bruno.
man.
From the way I'm looking at Bruno, is tired.
He's
The man is
tired.
tired. Is either he's
Ah,
tired or maybe he's got a knock somewhere that he's trying to nurse and he's doing it codedly. Because I could see when we were there was a. If you remember that time where Ganasha had to chase somebody down, bro, it was Bruno that was ahead of Garnacho. Garnacho actually went past Bruno and covered that
yeah, I
space.
went past him, and that ball was going to lead to a goal, man. If not Ganacho chasing that ball,
So
man,
for
that
me,
ball
I
might
I
even
do
lead to a goal.
I I refrain from saying using the words like favoritism, but I'm just saying why. What is it? Because first of all, we thought it was Rashford. Okay, but you've subbed Rashford off the pitch. You've actually put him on the bench to come off the bench, and okay, I know you've done the same for Bruno. But that particular game yesterday, there was nothing that Bruno would have not. If Bruno had not played that game, if we had started that game with Casemiro, Maino, I'm sorry,
Gata
Ugarte,
Ericsson.
Maino, and Ericsson, it would have been. It would have, if we were not going to score goals, we're not going to score goals.
Bro, it's simple. Tell Eric to stop smoking that Amsterdam stuff, bro. It's not good for his health. Maybe he'll see clearly. It's simple. I know it's legal over there, but stop smoking that stuff, bro. It's killing your brain cells.
Man, it's
And this
crazy,
guy
man. Honestly,
Bulelani is saying that don't tell me Ruud van Nistelrooy wouldn't do better with this squad.
We don't know. That's speculation, bro.
What
Chill.
makes you think so, bro? Because you haven't seen. I bet you did not follow Rude in his time at
Oh,
PSV.
I didn't watch PSV.
No.
Let's not do this.
Let's not do this, bro. Not because they say not because you want to eat cow, you're gonna kneel down in front of him and start begging him. No, bro. Let's not do this.
Some of us
Let's not do this, bro.
Nah,
You guys, man.
besides,
I
besides
am quote.
the players and the manager, I've got beef with fans that want to be right all the time.
No,
Because
bro.
guess what?
Man.
You are a human being. You know what that means? It means you make mistakes. You say
Not just one,
statements
plenty.
and it proved wrong. It's a thing. So this thing of nah, I'm a football tactical. Nah, I see you with the eye test. Oh, shut up, bro. You're a fan just like us, bro. Otherwise, you would be the one coaching big teams in the UEFA Champions League, bro.
People said
Man, it's crazy.
tacticians said, oh, 18 months of football, he won't be able to play. He won't be able, bro. Man went to Getafe and was balling out. I'm like, yo, is this the same guy you guys were telling me about? This is the
Brother,
About
same.
Messi Greenwood.
Yes, this is the same guys you were telling me 18
Come
months to
on,
kill
man.
him. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
even the Ugarte thing, everybody were, oh, he's so washed. I'm like, he's so washed, but he came to United his first few games. I'm like, okay, where's the wash? I'm actually looking for a player that's washed. And I'm like, I'm not seeing it.
nah,
Fine,
bro, this
everybody's bound to make mistake, bro. Everybody, see, that's why I did not go off on Ericsson yesterday. When the guy was when the right back decided to go on a run on a 100-meter sprint, I was screaming. I was
You
like,
were screaming.
why are people
I
letting
said
him go
you were
through like that?
screaming.
Why are
As
people
if you
letting him
know,
run?
as if you know that was going to end in a goal.
Bring this
You were
man down. What are
screaming.
you people
Like,
caressing this guy
by
why?
for?
all means necessary, bro. I
You're
don't
caressing
condone.
him.
I
They,
don't
they are,
condone injuries, but this is the right time for a 2-foot tackle
it's
to
not
prevent
even.
the goal.
I think that's why I did not even go off too much on Harry Maguire. I think that's what Harry Maguire wanted. Like, you guys are playing with this guy. Let me bring him down. And the guy was so slick. Ugarte
Bro,
made sure that guy didn't go past him.
I would
Ugarte
have
was the
done.
one who
Yeah.
put a stop to that guy.
I would have done a
Mhm.
vintage special, bro. I'm going there, scissor kicking, bro. I don't give a damn, bro.
Ugarte was the one that's what I'm saying. Okay, Ugarte might not be the everybody because everybody's looking for Ugarte to hold the ball and spread the pass like Casemiro. But you forget that these
It's
guys are
not.
two different
It's
players,
not.
bro. Two different
It's
players.
not.
Ugarte will win the ball. He will try it once or two because they saw him do it against in Uruguay when he gave Pelestri that ground pass. Everybody, okay, it's something you'll be feeding off. No, bro. That is one of the things he can do, but it's not something that he will do every time.
On a norm, yeah.
Ugarte put that guy full stop. You can't get past me. This is how we clear people here.
We
And
actually needed a
Yo,
Wemby special in that situation. You know,
bro,
the scoop. The
I kept saying,
go,
why
bro.
are you allowing this guy run past you guys? Even the same Ericsson that lost the ball at the end of the day, right? Ericsson let the man go through him as well.
Yeah.
started with
Can I address
Rashford.
one more thing though,
Went past
Timber?
He started
Rashford.
with Rashford, then he went through Ericsson and Bruno, two of them. He went through
Yeah.
Ericsson and Bruno. Then
And
Bruno
this
Maguire
is not
was
guy
on
like,
the
went
wheelchair.
to
Bruno is
us like
tired,
it was the
man.
red line district, bro. It was
then
terrible.
Maguire was like, what are you people doing? Okay, let me come with a 2 foot. Then he just not make Maguire. Then what's his name? Ugarte was like, are you guys serious? This guy's been running this race. Come and put an end to him.
I'm not
Then
gonna lie,
Ugarte,
bro. I'm getting a red card because if I can't tackle you, I'm bringing you down, bro. I'm pulling your shirt.
then Ugarte did what he did, got the ball, and he fell kindly to Ericsson. Ericsson looked, and to me, that's why I don't blame Ericsson. He looked over to his right shoulder, right?
Yeah.
He saw a man. Okay, let me evade this man. Let me go to my left. Before he could turn, that guy
The
took the
guy
ball
was
off him.
coming already. The
And
guy was not there. He was
the guy
coming. He was
he
not there
was
that
running,
time.
yeah, he was running, yeah, he was coming
As if
behind
he was looking
Ericsson.
at Ericsson, that Ericsson was going to turn his left.
You know,
He
what?
really turned.
You know
He
what
wanted to
United.
close. No, the thing he wanted to close Ericsson down quickly, right? So that Ericsson, because there was a United player on Ericsson's left, so he wanted to just close Ericsson. And it's this thing we talk about, high press, right? Initiate the high press, make them make mistake, and that's what he did yesterday, right?
Mhm.
Ericsson lost the ball. We agree, but that was okay. There's an opportunity to actually pile on the pressure, put the press on, and let's see if we get the goal. And the gamble paid because Ericsson, if it was on. If it was someone like a Martinez, and I saw him do it yesterday, three people, the way he displaced three people yesterday, I'm like, yo, this guy is something else.
Mhm.
And for Onana, why I would cut Onana some slack, I'm not for that game. No, I'm not going to bring back his past mistake. For that particular game, it was a 2v1 situation. Onana was like, okay, is he going to go to my left or is he going to come first post? So Onana had to stay in the middle.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Less
Wait,
of
I
that,
know,
bro.
I know, I know.
Rushing that
That's why I
man.
said I will cut him some slack
Rushing
because
that
of what
man, bro.
I'm
They
not
should have
worshiping.
super tackled him for that goal as well, bro. Like, idiot, bro.
Is that worse? I'm not. I just decided to cut him some slack because I'm seeing it as a 2v1 situation.
Nah, bro. I need to go to Cameroon and find his manager, bro, to speak to this guy, bro. This guy is not listening to me. But
what is he
you
gonna
know what
do?
else I wanted to speak about before we conclude, bro? That I've been thinking
Yeah,
about recently. In the games where we've played like well, like decent, for whatever reason, I don't know what the hell Eric says at halftime, but it makes these guys worse in the second half. Why do we get worse in the second half, bro? It's just another 45 minutes. How do we regress that rapidly, bro? Like and how does the subs make us worse as well, bro? Can we talk about that?
that
So
is the issue for me.
I
And
said this
go
last
on.
game against Crystal Palace, right? And Temba was like, all going on or off the Eric Ten Hag did not read the game properly. The thing is, right? You're looking at your players. Are you you're looking at your players and like, okay, let me make a substitution. Let me bring this guy on and this guy. You know, I don't think it's the manager's fault that he's bringing like he's making substitutions. I feel like the reading some of our players need a long time to get into the groove. That's how I feel. Because I'm asking how would okay managers making a substitution taking off fine he made a mistake for not taking off Bruno. Maybe that led to maybe some complacency in the with the other team, which is not supposed to be. You do your job, do it to the best of your ability, right? But making a substitution, bringing Rasmus, bringing Garnacho, who we know could play off the right or off the left very well, right? It's not the problem, bro. I don't think it's the problem. I think it's a case of our players get to a certain time in the game and they just be like, you know what, man, this one is gone. We cannot win this one. We cannot do anything with this one. But yesterday, this is why I said yesterday was a positive for me. When he made that substitution, we were on the attack. Three people started closing Garnacho. Even at that, we were still able to exploit the space. Kobe, Kobe got it took a few minutes to get into the groove of the game, right? Because Kobe's first first real contribution to the game yesterday was a yellow card. He brought that guy down. It was a yellow card, right? To get himself into the game. I feel like our players get to a point, right, where be like, you know what, we've tried all we can, but it's not working, right? They just feel like, okay, you know what, let's not lose it anymore. I think that's where the mentality comes in. That's where, because yesterday we tried, we huffed and puffed. The goalkeeper made a save that I did not even think. He made one good save from Zexi, another one from on the line. We all thought, how did this even happen? Right?
Mhm.
So for me, yesterday, that's why I say for yesterday game, I know people will say, but it's 20, Drex, what are you drinking, right? From the football we played yesterday, you can only play who's in front of you. I could take a
Fact.
bit of those ones into the next game and hope to say, okay, I see some of those things and an improvement on the errors that we made. You
Now,
understand?
Drex, you know one thing about this whole thing here is this, man. Yet again, like you said, what it says to them in the dressing room, they come outside and they regress. And the worst thing is this, man, whosoever he brings on as well, instead of improving the team, they regress as well. That one, I'll put it on the wrong substitution he does. That's why I put it on. But if you look at the game against Twente yesterday, like the way those guys were going on Garnacho, I don't think they marked Rashford that way in the first half. They did
Okay.
not. I think it was one on one on Rashford, and Rashford was doing well. But with Garnacho, he immediately gets the ball. It's like the manager told them that you see that guy there, that guy is a threat. That guy can do anything. Like whenever he gets the ball, three people already. I saw it. Even at some point, even Kubimino was even playing on the wing as well. Yet, but yet again, when you look at the game ended, you look at the front four that ended the game. It's Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, who was it? Bruno and Mason Mount.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask yourself, like, how are they
But they
going to
almost
get away
scored.
from those
No, no, but
those
they
those
almost
guys
no,
that
no,
ended
no,
the
but they
game?
almost scored. They
Which one
created
was that?
chances too. They created chances too.
The one that the
They
keeper
they
punched.
they created. You could see that they
Because
were
I,
trying
I
to.
I
They
know
were
there was
trying
one
to.
they cleared on the keeper cleared on the lane. I
Okay,
don't know
let's
who
do it
played the
this way.
ball.
Let's
I
do
think
it
it was
this way.
Maguire. I think it was
When,
Maguire.
when
I
our
think it was Harry
manager
Maguire that played that
when
game.
our manager put in the substitution, right? FC Twente went to a 4-5-1, and they were like, you know what, damn it, take that one off, bring that guy back into the defense line because FC Twente knows that it's all gone blazing at this time. And even yesterday, these are the positives I say I take a little bit of this. I did not see us try doing the old long ball into the box. No, we were still trying to pass the ball.
But even still, because already
It,
the
it,
people that can actually like Drex, there's what they call
this
passing the ball.
this
There's
is
what
where
they what
this is where you and I will always get a little
problem.
bit of problem. You say the people that can pass the ball are off the. So what are the
I'm
other people?
already man.
What are the other people doing on the pitch? Are they
No,
passengers? Are they
no, they
participators?
are
Are they
passing
just
the ball, but
spectators?
They
I'm
are
talking
high
about
because they can't find the
open
shirts that look like this.
spaces. Open the spaces. It's not everybody that have that technique. Like there are
Bro,
people
bro,
whereby
bro, bro, Temba, listen to this. You are using open the space tactics for 78, 80 odd minutes, right? Open the space tag, and you are not scoring any goals. Do you continue using open the space, or you try to use the last 10 minutes to see what can happen if you go a different route? Is that not how football is being played? Let's not say you've not been able, you've not managed, and maybe you've managed the 7 aside, right? But even in FIFA, that people tend to play these days, when you are using a particular formation and it's not working for 70 minutes, and you know the game is going to go, what do? You change it to, most people change to all ultra attack, right?
Mm.
That's how I would like to liken it to that way. You're doing open the ball, right? Open the spaces. You're creating chances, but your guys are not converting it. Okay, could it be that maybe they are reading this thing wrong? 80 minutes that you're doing the same thing and it's not working. What do? You change it. You decide
You
to
make
go a different route, right?
you make them
That
run
that's
13.
how I see it, though. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it.
Those people ran 13 Ks last year in the first year and they finished third. Maybe we need to bring that back. I don't know.
This guy, somebody put a comment up there saying the man spec, give him another 700, and bro, when people make
700
comment
million.
like that, I laugh because I'm like, okay, Pep Guardiola changed the back line several times, bro. He changed that back. So people spend money. What are you supposed to do? Go on FC Twente's budget and hope to win the league? So for me, all those comments, if you are trying to play, I'm actually saying, okay, we are talking about the game, right? You are bringing things in the past. I agree, bring things from the past, but we're talking about the game yesterday, trying to see, okay, what is it that could? My own question is, what is it that's making us not score goals, bro? Because you just said people that can hold the ball, people that can pass the ball, but those guys are on the pitch for 75 to 80 minutes, right? Let me even say 70 minutes, but we are not scoring.
Mm.
So what is the problem?
They will
Is
score
it a
against
case
us.
of
They will
is
score
it
against
is it
Tottenham.
is now no turn that when I ask that question, right? I'm not asking you to poke a hole on anybody. I'm just asking it. Is it now is it not the manager? Because the same manager we are talking about will not say, okay, 70 odd minutes. This thing we are doing is okay. Let me see if I can change it, right? And he tries to change it. The other twice now it has happened. I've noticed it twice. Even against Barnsley, they did the same thing. When the manager tries to change, all of a sudden they go back to that. They revert back to more low block. We have to now find a way to break low blocks, bro.
But you know
Yes.
what it is for me, Drex. Change is not bad, but take a page out of Sir Brailsford's book.
Mm-hmm,
Incremental changes is what's
mm-hmm,
important. I
mm-hmm,
feel like sometimes he goes a little bit too much in the opposite direction. You can't go from tiki taka to
mm-hmm,
Mourinho ball just because you want to try something different in the last 10 minutes. That's a bit much. You get what I'm saying? I feel
mm-hmm.
like there are replacements that you can make to, like, even if you want to be top heavy, for instance, because you need to go, there are changes you can make that, yes, it's a high risk, but it's not to the like detriment of how we play completely. We can still play our football. Just that the individuals who are on the pitch might contribute a lot better than the ones we're taking off. So for us to regress when we make a change,
No, but
we're
Vegeta, we did
we're
not
not just dead.
a great Crystal Palace when he made those changes, right? We did not regress. Even the two chances that you were talking about that AZ should have scored, that was one in the first half and one in the second half, right?
Yeah.
We were still playing the type of football that we saw. We are still playing those type of football. I wouldn't. So when we say regress, right? I'm looking at it again. I'm like, we did not, because when we even made a change against Twente yesterday, bro, we are still having a go at it. We are still controlling the game. Those guys just let. Those guys just had the fact that okay, you know what? They've got 10 minutes, right? Plus added time.
I
Let's
don't
see how we can
know.
hold this one and get over the line. So
We
for
made
me, I'm
changes.
actually
Bruno became a baby. That's all I saw, bro.
No,
We
yeah.
just
Bruno,
There
something
was
next to
something Bruno
Bruno
did
House.
yesterday. If I was Bruno's friend, right? There was something he did yesterday that when he come to the house this morning or over the weekend to want to just say hi, what's up? I'll block him in the dark room. Lock him in
wow.
his. I will say, Bruno, come. There's something I want to show you. I will lock him in the dark room, and I'll be telling him from outside, bro, we had a free kick, some
And he
40
went
yards away
directly.
from goal. Bro, you
Oh,
went direct.
Man, blaze it.
The
oh,
goalkeeper
you're an
that
idiot,
the
bro.
the goalkeeper that has been in goal that has been making superb save is that one you think you will catch off guard from a 40-yard free kick? Are you Cristiano Ronaldo?
Dude. You know, I
That
won't
guy.
lie. I blanked so much of the game yesterday. Drake's just gave me PTSD, bro. That Bruno guy.
No, no, that's to show you that these games, when people, I watch this over. I watch this game. I'm like, Bruno, what are you doing now? What people? There's Harry Maguire in the box. People have gone into the box. Give us something. At least let there be a header. The keeper make another save or something. Deflection, something that will maybe drop at the edge of the box and we'll find a goal. Something. Man went straight. I'm like, oh my days, bro. You're gonna be on the barbecue thing right now, bro, because
Honestly,
yo, ain't nobody saving you on this
man.
one.
No, like what he did yesterday was rubbish, man. Honestly, I hope I will. It will be interesting to see what Tenak does against Tottenham.
And
Honestly, it will
again,
be very,
and
very
again,
interesting to see what he
again,
does.
again, this is me criticizing again, pushing Bruno to the right just to accommodate him in a game where we all know that he's done.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's
Bring in
crazy.
Anthony now. Anthony is hungry
Honestly,
to prove a point. Anthony is hungry to prove a point. Even if it for me, okay, Ahmad didn't really do much yesterday, right? I don't understand. I know people don't want Anthony. People are like, okay, Anthony is a waste of space, but which do you prefer? Train Bruno to the right wing or bringing Anthony on who could actually play the right wing?
bring Anthony in, man. Bringing him in. But one thing about Tenak is that he will look for a way to win that game against Tottenham, and yet again, you guys are back on track, and he gets
Bro,
audio fan base again, all together again.
can you
That
hear
guy
me?
knows
I
how to
think I
save his
lost.
work, hey? I can hear you. I can hear you, Drex. I was hearing you actually. So,
Man.
Vegeta, what do you think? What do you think in that match against Tottenham?
That man better win, bro, because as much as I'm cutting him slack and giving Ineos a chance to make the decision, if that man don't win, I am drawing the line there, bro. If you can't beat Ange, bro, I will join the people who are 10 hug out and will be delusional as well. Because now you're being disrespectful now. Now you don't even respect us
Ah.
anymore. You can't beat the high. Don't play Rashford. You'll see what will happen. The one guy you need for the high line. You will see what will happen to you. Mm.
Honestly, man. Drex, what are you saying on the United's game against Tottenham? Drex.
Yeah. And for me, right? He has to win that game tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
He has to win that game on Sunday. I don't know how you want to see. If you want to go back to season one and play they call it only Pro Max. Me, I don't call it. See, because it's gonna get to a point. The reason why I talk like this is I I I've been opportune to actually see how people actually walk in a space where people give their all and the result is not the desired one, right? Then they be like, okay, what is
Mm-hmm.
going wrong? And they tend to start doubting themselves, which will
Mm-hmm.
further hinder the whole progress, right? Win
Mm-hmm.
a cup W's will give you big C. When I say big C, I mean confidence. Win
Yeah.
that game knowing okay, these guys could actually because they've come into this season knowing fully well that they can win anybody, but it's not going their way. And the longer it continues, they start looking at the manager like, yo, are you thinking, you start hearing stories like, okay,
Yeah.
so win this game. I don't know how. If you're going to win it with a one goal margin, win it with a one goal margin, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
just give them some confidence. Let them say, okay, at least we won Tottenham, right? So it won't be a case of it's only Tottenham. We won them. Let's
Mm-hmm.
move on, right? But
And it will be Tottenham, man.
but do I think we would see some pattern of play that we saw against Crystal Palace? Yes, right. Tottenham have not been excellent. They've not been exceptional this season. I'll tell you no lie. They've not been exceptional.
Yeah, their players
they've
have
had,
not really been up for it, man.
yeah, so they've had their own share of whatever it is, right? But we should be able to
Mhm.
go in there and give them, they should come, they're coming to Old Trafford, so we should be able to at least, me, I would
Give
not
them
say
back
too much.
goals.
Not basketballs, bro. Stop this basketballs that you're saying. No basketballs. It's a case you want to put trouble in the house. It's a case of just find somehow to win that game. Let's win the game and let's go on. Who do we have the next? We don't have anybody the next week, right? Midweek. I don't know. I have to look at that.
Let me just check
And
real quick because
after
I think they
Tottenham we
posted
have
it somewhere
Aston
in the
Villa.
group.
Then after Aston Villa we have
Let me see. I'm
Porto.
looking Porto or something like some. They got us
Are
on
we
a
playing
choco.
Porto the week after?
No, I think you are playing
Bro, the thing
Leicester.
is,
No.
Yes, Europa League.
Okay,
on
Oh,
Wednesday.
this is just
yeah.
the round 16. I thought it was the game.
It's Tottenham, then Porto,
Wait,
then
wait. So
Really?
if we play Tottenham, then we go play Porto
we
the
play
next
Porto.
week.
Yes, away
No, what date is that, please? I need to know
on
what
the
date is that.
on the 3rd of October.
Not
Oh, bro, that's like next week.
yo.
Yes, it's next week Thursday, bro. It's in a week.
Yo. Ah,
That's why I'm saying,
But not
bro.
to worry,
too much
not to worry.
Way.
gambling.
I'm gonna give you some level of some sort of positive. Not to worry, we're gonna win that. We'll win Porto's game because I don't think Porto will want to come play a defensive game against United. Hell no. I know.
Mhm. And they
We actually said previously we're going to draw that game, but I don't think Porto. I know Porto lost. We drew. So let's see who wants it more.
Oh no! So it's the battle of the
yeah,
most
and
valuable.
they've lost they lost a very important player, man. Their best striker, they
Okay.
lost him.
So
Okay.
it's the
So
battle of
it's
the
a
So
case of
so
who wants it more. Let's just see if United will want it more because these
battle
are
of
our
the
players. Our players sometimes I don't know.
well,
It's like they need somebody to give them to punch them before they know what to do.
the
Like I don't
battle of
understand.
who
I
knows?
don't.
is the
Who
battle
knows?
of on who's on my day is that battle on my day. I'm unbeatable. That's what's going to happen between Porto and United.
We are
Oh
going to
my.
see it now. We're going to see
No,
that's the West Side, the Tottenham
because
game,
I
man.
saw yesterday Porto losing 3-1 to Bordeaux Glint. I'm like, okay.
To Bordeaux
I'm like,
with red card though.
yeah.
With red
Bordeaux
card.
had a red card,
The
right?
game ended 3-2 actually. With red card.
Yo, if it wasn't for that red card,
Yeah, they
Porto
had the
wouldn't
red
have
card.
scored the second goal.
Ah,
Man.
this is so
Yo.
depressing to think about this line
They
of
fight for
fixtures.
that to guys to come go.
Add good evening, guys. Going to clap us,
Yeah,
bro.
I've been
Yay!
saying that is why I've
What's
been
that?
screaming for this guy to
Wait,
get some rest now.
If there's a game I know who would win, is the Aston Villa game.
Hey, bro. Good evening is going to give us a good evening, but I'm
Bro,
telling you.
last season when we were having wait, bro, last season when we were having a rough time, when everybody said good evening was going to lap up good evening, they scored 2 goals and we ended up winning
Ah,
that game.
is that
We
good
won.
evening?
We won them.
It might be different
We,
this season, man.
no, we won them home and away last season. The season before they won one, we won one. So there are some games where you just know,
Drex,
okay, yes,
Drex.
yes,
Last season you
yes.
guys were scoring goals. You were scoring goals. This season you
We're
guys are
not
not scoring
scoring goal
goals.
last season,
Oh,
bro. Our
bro.
goal difference
Your
last season
minus
was
goal difference.
negative.
Which goals, bro?
Bro, I don't know what this man talking
Ah,
about. Goal difference that was negative.
-1. You guys are still winning the
Bro, what are you
Premiership
talking
goals,
about?
man.
bro. You know
You guys are
the
still
Bro,
winning
so
goals.
what are you talking about, bro? So when sometimes I'm not
Fulham.
talking because of I find optimism and I still look at the thing. I'm like, okay, there's some things that will just work in United's favor, right? But
This is rubbish, bro. Like Fulham is above us. We're 11th.
oh, Fulham beat Newcastle 3-1, so don't worry about that one.
Insane, bro. Like, nah. I need to
Right.
see a therapist, bro. This is
And
not.
now,
And Drex,
see, yeah,
possible outcome is when?
it's gonna be in 4 hours time, I believe.
In
What is
4 hours
this?
time. Okay. Guys,
Yeah.
you'll join us that time, guys. Let's run off the show so everybody go and rest, man. And come on to that possible outcome.
Hey,
I'm coming here
man.
to just take over
Guys,
again like
come
I
join
take
us in
over last
Possible
week.
Outcome. We won't talk about Eric Ten Hag. Come join us. Come
Wait,
forget
what
about
time?
Possible outcome.
let's just be happy, bro. You can only be happy for yourself. Don't let United ruin your day, bro.
I'm
United
just
is a football club. At the end of the day,
Honestly,
it's
man.
business for them.
I'll just be in the comment
It's
section.
business for them.
And
But it's
fact, it's business because they earn their money.
If I have to talk,
Fact.
I'll
And
slide.
the players earn their money, manager earn his money. We are the one that actually pay for subscription, pay for ticket, pay for. Oh my days,
That's why
bro.
if they see us, bro, it's on site, bro. I'm tired of these guys, bro.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Big up to everybody, man. Big up to Vegeta. Big up to Drex, man. Thank you for jumping in, man. You made the show maintain that dimension. Big up to Lucy, Kenny. Big up to everybody. Please do not forget we're going to be live again for the possible outcome. So please come in, join, and let us have fun, man. Big up to everybody. This is where I'm going to draw the cut of the show, man. We'll see you guys in 4 hours. Big up
Oh
to
my
everybody.
word.
Vegeta, big up to you, man.
Big up, bro.